Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Life as a Chad YouTube channel. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic week wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be listening. I came across this channel and this video of these guys who, in a nutshell, are I believe they are Protestant pastors. I probably should dig a little bit deeper into it, but it looks like a lot of their content is them going to schools and going to hostile environments where they know that they are going to be met with people who definitely disagree by and large with their stance. And it's not that hard. You can just go to college campuses. You can go to cities, downtown, especially downtown in those cities, and you're going to find plenty of people who will disagree with the mainstream traditional conservative viewpoint. And the main topic of discussion by these people at this university was abortion. And the primary reason why I want to show this video is just to show how emotional people get let me rephrase that, how emotional people on the other side, the pro choicers, get when discussing this topic, because this topic, when it comes down to it, is a very emotional decision or emotional topic for them by and large. It's not riddled with logical distinctions and facts and statistics and things like that. It is very much so an emotional plea. And if you don't give in to said plea, then you are a monster. You are a bigot. You are a misogynist. All the names in the world. So we will watch a little bit of the footage, and I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents on what these guys did. Now, again, I am Eastern Orthodox. I'm not Protestant. But a lot of what they said, there was one thing that they said that I didn't necessarily agree with, but everything else, I was pretty much in line with them. And without further ado, let's get into this. So the channel is called Apologia, I believe, Studios. Apologia Studios. Good stuff. Now, I have done a few videos on why men are leaving the church, why just in general, men are leaving Protestantism. And I definitely have my critiques of Protestantism. And matter of fact, those critiques have not diminished. They've actually amplified for me, as a recent video came out for Jesse Lee Peterson that I need to show and react to, where he is basically discussing this newfound situation where women are now heads of the church within Protestant faiths. And I got to tell you, I'm not surprised. Got to tell you. All right. So here is the video. Pastor debates college students on campus. You got your green haired, mad black queen. She might even be a lesbian. I don't know. Who knows? Man, the whole video, I'm just thinking to myself, her dress is gonna expose itself. The dress, there's not enough dress to contain all that fat ass in that fucking dress. There's just not. Man, just not good. So here I'm gonna play a little bit of this and tell you what you always see when you see videos like this. It is the same across the board.
controlled by the state. Separation of church and state is not in our constitutional documents. You can find it in a letter from Thomas Jefferson to the Dansbury Baptists reiterating the Christian historical doctrine of separation of church and state. Separation of church and
Hey, what's up, girl? Let's get up out of here, girl. Let's go.
state does not mean separation of God and state. God bless you.
Children with special needs should be killed.
See, if you want an example of how, if you want a picture frame of why so many people say college is a waste of money, just look at this frame right here. You have some like dude or chick who is like just like skin basically with some stupid ass bun in the back here, you know, just dressing like they just got up for the morning. You got this chick who's got green hair and it ain't even St. Patty's Day, and her dress is about 2 seconds away from just flying up, and her whole fat ass bearing itself bare. And meanwhile, they are debating these Christian dudes who know, I don't know if they went to college. My guess is they probably didn't. Probably the highest level of education any of these guys got or received was from Bible college. So I actually commented on this video. About 12 minutes in, a white knight comes in, and that always happens. Here he is. It always happens in these videos. You always have one white knight who comes in there and fucking tries to save the day for these fucking ugly ass chicks. And, you know, barrel chest his way in there. Meanwhile, everything he's saying is dumb as fuck. You know, and these Christian dudes have a very easy time refuting what he said. They actually do it a little bit later on in the video. It's pretty funny.
Menstruation works.
Right.
11-year-old gets pregnant. You're forcing that 11-year-old to keep that baby and birth that baby, even though 11-year-olds are not supposed to give birth.
It's an evil, can I answer that? It's an evil thing you're talking about, because you're talking about a man doing something to a girl's body apart from her will and her choice.
I don't know if that's his girlfriend or some chick he's trying to bang. Who knows? But I mean, just look at the anger in this video. Look at how worked up they are getting over this. And, you know, if it was just as simple as, you know, it's their body, it's their choice, and it's no big deal. If it was that simple, then quite frankly, you wouldn't see people getting this passionately defending the pro-choice side. They would be willing to hear all the arguments because it's just not a big deal. You know, yeah, let's get to the truth of it. You know, come on, yeah, let's get to the truth of it. But they aren't willing to do that because they don't want to get to the truth of it. Not at all.
Right? And so if you're against rape, you should be fully against abortion, because
when they can't yell at these pastor dudes, they have to turn around and yell at the camera guy. Nice.
what's happening in abortion is a person is doing something to some. I am answering it. I'm not finished. Sometimes no, I'm trying to. You cut me off.
Yeah, that chick gets pretty worked up in this video. Pretty worked up. So that I potentially disagree with them on. I'll let it play, and then I will explain why I somewhat disagree, or just some countering thoughts to what they're saying here.
Rapists.
I believe that rapists who go so far as to abuse a woman deserve capital punishment, yes.
We should protect innocent life, but the rapist is not innocent.
He's guilty.
You think we should kill him?
Yes.
You believe we should kill the children. We believe the rapist should be killed.
I believe in the death penalty for rapists, but not for...
So the main point, the main thing that's being actually argued here, the dude with the sweet ass V-neck and cross necklace is basically saying that to these chicas and the white knight here, or black knight, is that basically if you are against abortion, then you should be against the. I got right there for a second, guys. The nuts and the bolts of it is that these chicas gave the example of, well, what about if the chick is raped? What about if she is raped? Do you really expect her to have the kid then? And his response was, well, that is a question of somebody else forcing somebody else to do something against their will. So if you are against that, if you are against a woman being raped and therefore you somehow believe that she should not be beholden to the kid, even though before that, the thing that you're against is her being beholden to something which she had no will over, someone who forced her against her will, then in other words, you should be against abortion too, because that is killing someone against their will. The rape occurs against its will or against the woman's will. And in theory, the abortion would occur against the child's will. Now, of course, what he doesn't understand is that realistically, that these people don't believe that the child has a will. They believe, it's as though when the baby is in the mom's tummy, they think that it pretty much just doesn't exist, that it has no will at all. So in other words, it is not even close in their minds, not in my mind, in their minds, to the same thing as a woman being, hurt against her will. It's not even close to the same thing, because the baby is not real. Therefore, if it's not real, it can't be made to do something against its will. It's not a living, breathing thing. And that's really the crux of this is, and I totally see what the guy is saying is, if in a nutshell, if you think that the woman should not, that it's wrong for the woman to be held against her will, and then you take it a step further and say, well, then it's wrong for her to have abortion. That guy is saying, no, it's wrong that she in very rare circumstances is forced to do something against her will. And then it is doubly wrong to create another victim and make the baby do something against its will as well. So that's the argument here. Now, the main thing that I want to address is this guy says that he believes that rapists should be killed, capital punishment. And I got to tell you, in theory, that sounds great. In theory, that sounds like it would work. The problem is that if we were to implement that now, there would be many men who would be losing their lives. And I would even go as far, due to false accusations, I would even go as far to say that if there was capital punishment, that there would now be some sort of weird, twisted incentive for women to come forth with fake allegations. And furthermore, he may have trust in the United States legal system, but folks, do not. I do not. So, that requires a lot of trust. Okay. It really, really is. Now, I would be much more open to, like max lockdown. I think that that's severe enough as it is, to have, somebody locked away in prison for the rest of their life. I think that that's pretty severe as it is. And I may be able to be convinced otherwise. But again, in the era of Me Too and so many false allegations, I'm just not sure that I would be willing to implement capital punishment in this culture, this day and age, which is so heavily tilted against men. Okay, let's continue here.
You believe in the death penalty for the baby. We believe in it for the rape.
And so this is where, the pro-life argument really comes up short, or excuse me, pro-choice life really comes up short, is, you take it down to its final degree. And this white knight dude you know, he ends up basically defending the right to live for the rapist. Now, in and of itself, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I just said that I'm not sure I'm for capital punishment, but in the context of abortion, it is very hypocritical for someone to defend the right to live of a rapist rather than defending the right to live of a baby, an unborn baby. That makes no sense at all. How you could defend this one but not defend that one. It makes very, very little sense at all. So I go back here and play a little bit of this, and this is just like one of the many problems with America. But check this out. The pastors are asking the white knight dude to be able to speak for himself, for him to say what is on his chest as a man. And watch what happens. There it is right there. Him going, yeah, she can answer for me. Yeah, she can answer for me. For my woman, she can answer for me. Just so effing pathetic. I hate seeing fucking pussies like this. I really, really do. So anyway, so, you know, the video pretty much goes on like that. We can watch a little bit of this to show how angry this chica gets here. And so that's more or less it. And, you know, I just wanted to say just a few thoughts. You know, they really are the source of their anger. Well, number one, you have to notice the anger. All of them are so angry. And that's the thing. They don't even know what they're angry about. They think that they're angry at these pastor guys, but that's not who they're angry about or what they're angry about. They think that they're angry at these pastor guys, and they think that they're angry at Christianity. But as you see towards the end of the video, this chick says she's Catholic. She says she's Catholic. So it's not as though in and of itself, they are all against Christianity and its beliefs. What you end up finding with people like this is that they're angry because they don't know anything. They're angry because they are so lost. There is not any fundamental principle that they believe in that, and even if they do, it's been some leftist garbage that has let them down over and over and over and over again, and they're angry about it. They're angry about it. Now, some of it, of course, is them being a part of the team and trying to support said team and at all costs, and you know, getting a little bit in and out of character when it comes to that. But overall, that's what it is that it's just a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of really knowing anything and having some steadfast foundations in their life. You know, I remember in my life, you know, once I got to high school, some of my beliefs really did start to get battle tested. And, you know, it's hard because there really are so many temptations, especially in American culture, to step out of line. And, you know, I look back, all of the happiest times in my life were the times where I was in close contact with God, where I was secure in my belief with God, going to church, things like that, because I had the foundation. I had something that I knew, and it could be the bedrock that allowed me to operate pretty freely within society. I can't imagine how hard it is for people like this chick right here to operate in society when you don't know a fucking thing. I have no idea how difficult it is, because I mean, I can only imagine, because when you have no foundation, or the foundation that you do have is flimsy and it could break at any moment, I'm sure it is riddled with anxiety and fear and just hopelessness and lostness. And that's what these people possess here. Now, the last thing I want to mention here, I think what I just said there was pretty profound. The last thing that I want to say here is, generally speaking, I don't believe it's worth it to debate someone who is pro-choice. These guys have a lot of balls coming out here and, literally going into the fire debating these people. And on a very broad scale, I think that this is what should be done. But in your personal lives, you have to ask yourself, how many people's minds have you changed in your life? I look back at my life and I ask myself how many people I truly changed the way that they think. And it's only a handful. And the few that I did were people that I spent a significant amount of time with. And so maybe it wasn't even that they changed their mind, rather that they just kind of conformed to my worldview. And I say that to say that you're almost never going to change someone's mind. You're just not. And so it's never worth, building some massive gap in your relationship, your friendship, or whatever. Now, if you're doing it on a big scale like this and you're getting thousands of views, fine. That's totally, I love it. I think that's great. But on a smaller scale, it's just not worth it. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. I will be back next time. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. The fucking channel is growing like gangbusters, and I thank all of you. You guys are awesome, fellow kings, totally awesome. And well, subscribing makes you feel good. At the very least, like, comment, share. You know the drill. I will see you guys next time. See you, kings. DBAP. Don't be a pussy willow. Facts are feelings, because your feelings just don't fucking matter. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.